Resilience is one of the most powerful qualities a person can develop, and its impact on building unshakable confidence cannot be overstated. Life is filled with challenges, setbacks, and unexpected obstacles, and how we respond to these situations often determines our long-term success and inner strength. Resilience is not simply about enduring difficulties. It is about learning from them, growing stronger, and using those experiences as fuel for self-improvement. Inspired by the teachings of Dr. Joseph Murphy, this approach emphasizes the profound connection between the mind and the power of belief. According to his insights, when we cultivate a resilient mindset, we reinforce our self-confidence, reinforce positive thought patterns, and transform adversity into opportunities for personal growth. Each setback or challenge we face is not a signal of failure, but rather a chance to reassess our approach, develop new skills, and strengthen our belief in our ability to overcome obstacles. This perspective shifts our relationship with difficulty from one of fear and avoidance to one of empowerment and curiosity. By viewing challenges as exercises in resilience, we train our minds to remain calm under pressure, maintain focus during uncertainty, and persist even when outcomes are not immediately visible. The process of building resilience is gradual and requires intentional practice. It involves cultivating patience, practicing self-compassion, and embracing a proactive approach to problem solving. Exercises such as reflective journaling, mindfulness practices, and visualizing successful outcomes are practical tools that help embed resilient thinking into everyday life. Dr. Joseph Murphy often highlighted that the subconscious mind is incredibly receptive to positive suggestion, and by reinforcing resilient and confident beliefs, we can essentially program ourselves to respond to challenges with optimism and strength rather than doubt or fear. Over time, this deliberate practice not only enhances our ability to cope with stress, but also reshapes the way we perceive ourselves, enabling us to approach new challenges with unwavering confidence. Importantly, resilience is not about ignoring emotions or pretending difficulties do not exist. It is about acknowledging hardships, learning from them, and using that understanding to fuel forward movement. The more we practice bouncing back from setbacks, the more we reinforce the idea that confidence is not dependent on external circumstances, but rather emerges from an internal foundation of belief, preparation, and self-trust. By embracing this mindset, each obstacle becomes a stepping stone, each failure a lesson, and each challenge an opportunity to reaffirm our potential. In essence, resilience transforms the very nature of confidence, making it unshakable because it is anchored in the certainty that no matter what life throws our way, we possess the mental strength, clarity, and determination to overcome it. This is the power of resilience as taught and inspired by Dr. Joseph Murphy, a reminder that our greatest growth often comes from our most difficult moments, and that the practice of bouncing back is itself a profound act of self-empowerment. Building resilience is not just a mindset. It is a skill that can be developed and strengthened through consistent practice and intentional exercises. One of the most effective ways to cultivate resilience is through reflective journaling, which allows individuals to process experiences, understand emotional responses, and identify patterns in how they react to challenges. By taking time each day to write honestly about setbacks, frustrations, and successes, you create a space to examine your reactions without judgment. This practice encourages self-awareness, which is a cornerstone of resilience, because understanding your emotions gives you the power to respond to difficulties thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Another powerful exercise is visualization, a technique often highlighted by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Visualization involves imagining yourself successfully navigating obstacles, feeling confident and capable, and achieving your desired outcomes despite challenges. When practiced regularly, visualization trains your subconscious mind to anticipate success and equips you with the mental tools to remain calm and focused when real-life difficulties arise. In addition, cultivating a daily gratitude practice can significantly enhance resilience. By intentionally acknowledging and appreciating positive aspects of life, even in the midst of challenges, you shift your focus away from fear and frustration towards strength and possibility. This shift reinforces a sense of control and optimism, which are essential for bouncing back from adversity. Physical activity is another integral component of resilience building. Regular exercise not only strengthens the body, but also improves mental clarity, reduces stress, and boosts overall energy levels. When you challenge your body through exercise, you are simultaneously training your mind to endure discomfort and persist, reinforcing the belief that you can overcome obstacles both physically and mentally. Mindfulness and meditation are equally important practices. By spending even a few minutes each day observing your thoughts without judgment, you learn to detach from negative thinking patterns and cultivate a sense of inner calm. This mental clarity allows you to approach problems with a balanced perspective rather than being overwhelmed by emotions. In addition to individual exercises, seeking support from mentors, friends, or supportive communities can accelerate resilience development. Sharing experiences, learning from others, and receiving encouragement reinforces the idea that challenges are part of a shared human experience and that setbacks are temporary. Importantly, all these exercises work best when approached consistently and with intention. Dr. Joseph Murphy emphasized that the subconscious mind responds to repeated reinforcement of positive, empowering beliefs, which means that regular practice of these resilience exercises gradually rewires your mind to view challenges as opportunities for growth. Over time, these habits create a solid foundation of confidence that is not easily shaken by setbacks or uncertainty. By combining reflective journaling, visualization, gratitude, physical activity, mindfulness, and supportive relationships, you create a holistic approach to resilience. Each practice complements the other, building a mental and emotional toolkit that empowers you to face difficulties with courage, maintain perspective during tough times, and ultimately transform obstacles into powerful confidence-building experiences. Applying resilience in daily life requires more than understanding its principles. It requires conscious effort and deliberate choices in how we respond to every challenge, big or small. Resilience is not only about bouncing back from major setbacks, but also about navigating the small, everyday obstacles that can quietly erode confidence if ignored. The key is to approach life with a mindset that every difficulty is an opportunity to strengthen your inner resolve. When setbacks occur, instead of dwelling on disappointment or self-doubt, take a moment to pause, breathe, and assess the situation objectively. Ask yourself what lessons can be learned, what new strategies can be tried, and how the experience can contribute to personal growth. This process transforms challenges from sources of stress into opportunities for building unshakable confidence. Dr. Joseph Murphy often emphasized that our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality, and by consistently reinforcing positive, resilient thinking, we train our minds to expect success even in the face of obstacles. One practical approach is to create a daily action plan that includes small, achievable goals designed to build momentum and confidence. Completing these goals, even in difficult circumstances, provides tangible evidence of your ability to persevere and succeed. Another effective method is to practice self-affirmation, reminding yourself of your strengths, past successes, and capacity to overcome challenges. Repeating empowering statements aloud or mentally can help embed confidence into your subconscious mind, reinforcing the resilient mindset you are cultivating. Resilience also involves embracing flexibility and adaptability. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned, and the ability to adjust your approach without losing focus or motivation is a hallmark of confident, resilient individuals. By accepting change as a natural part of life rather than a threat, you maintain emotional stability and avoid unnecessary frustration. Building supportive relationships is another critical component. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage, inspire, and challenge you provides both perspective and motivation. Sharing experiences, seeking guidance, and learning from others' resilient strategies amplifies your own capacity to handle setbacks. Equally important is the practice of reflection. Taking time to review experiences, identify what worked, what didn't, and how to improve in the future fosters continuous growth. Each reflection reinforces the understanding that setbacks are not permanent failures, but lessons that contribute to long-term strength. Over time, these practices create a powerful feedback loop. The more you face and navigate challenges, the more your confidence grows, which in turn makes future obstacles easier to handle. Dr. Joseph Murphy's teachings remind us that the mind is incredibly powerful, and by nurturing positive, resilient beliefs, we shape not only our reactions, but also the outcomes we attract. Applying resilience in daily life ultimately transforms the way you perceive challenges, allowing you to move forward with determination, optimism, and unwavering self-belief. The small, consistent efforts you make every day, pausing before reacting, reflecting on lessons, visualizing success, practicing affirmations, and embracing adaptability, accumulate into a deep, unshakable confidence. This confidence does not depend on external validation, but is rooted in your own cultivated strength, your ability to rise after setbacks, and your understanding that every challenge faced is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more empowered. By living with intentional resilience, you turn life's obstacles into a continuous path of growth, self-discovery, and unwavering confidence.